A power structure is crumbling. Right now. But it's not happening the way you probably think. This isn't some loud, dramatic explosion. It's something a lot quieter and way more dangerous.
You have to understand a fundamental rule about power. It's almost never taken by force. It's given away. It just seeps out from the inside, while the leaders are up on a stage pretending everything is perfectly under control.
And at this very moment, Donald Trump is being backed into a corner. We're talking about immense pressure, the kind of force that could shatter any administration.
But here's the twist. This pressure? It isn't coming from his political rivals. It's not coming from another country.
No, it's coming from his own generals. Think about that. The very people who are tasked with fighting the war are secretly and maybe desperately planning its end. They know a brutal truth that the rest of us are just starting to figure out.
So let's go inside the most secure rooms in the Pentagon, because the entire conversation in there has shifted. They're not talking about victory anymore. They're talking about how to get out. Suddenly, victory plans are just disappearing from the daily briefings. According to sources reporting to NBC News, generals are now persistently slipping exit strategies into their reports. It's a message, hidden in plain sight. This war is already lost. They are literally using bureaucracy to scream a warning.
To really understand how dangerous this moment is, you have to look at the timeless, unforgiving laws of power. Because right now, the most critical rules of the game are being broken, one after the other.
We're going to focus on a big one. Law 5. Your reputation is everything. It is the absolute foundation of your authority. The second you lose control of how you are perceived, you lose control of everything. And that is exactly what is happening to Donald Trump right now.
So this internal decay, these whispers, they're starting to become catastrophically public. The cracks are showing. And everyone, allies and enemies, is watching.
The Financial Times just lays it bare. America's closest allies around the globe are flat out refusing to send warships. They aren't just hesitating, they're saying no. And in a high-stakes world of global power, that kind of silence is a deafening verdict. It screams isolation.
And while this is all happening, the human cost is climbing. We're talking over 200 wounded, 13 dead. And even these numbers feel controlled, filtered. When power starts to weaken, information becomes a weapon, and the truth itself becomes negotiable. Then, the machines start to fail. America's most advanced drones, the MQ-9 Reapers, are literally falling out of the sky. It's a pattern. One was even shot down by a supposed ally. Come on, when your friends start making mistakes like that, it's almost never a mistake. It's a message.
And look at this, the USS Gerald R. Ford. It's supposed to be the ultimate symbol of American dominance. Instead, it's becoming a floating warning sign. Fires are breaking out, spreading through the ventilation. Over 600 sailors are displaced, sleeping on floors. This isn't just some logistical hiccup. It's a sign of a system breaking down from the inside out.
But this right here is the moment it gets truly dangerous. This is when a leader totally loses their grip. It's when the words they say no longer match the reality everyone else can see with their own two eyes.
This gap is everything. On one hand, Donald Trump projects total strength, saying, "We don't need anyone." But the reality? His administration is desperately begging allies to send ships and join the fight. Then he claims Iran is obliterated. But the reality on the ground? You've got videos surfacing from the Popular Mobilization Forces, that's an Iraqi state-sponsored militia, showing their drones flying low and unchallenged right over Baghdad, near the U.S. Embassy. It is a direct, visual slap in the face to the official story. And the final claim is simply victory. But the reality is that his own generals, the men in the room with him, are secretly drawing up plans for retreat. This is how power actually collapses. It's not some big battlefield defeat. It's the death of credibility. A power vacuum never stays empty for long. As the system weakens, America's rivals, they aren't just watching. They are making their moves. So, who's benefiting from all this chaos? Well, three key players are capitalizing. You've got Iran demonstrating precision and control and just eating up narrative power across the Middle East. You've got China playing the long game with strategic patience, just watching and waiting for the perfect moment. And of course, Russia, creating distractions all over the globe to gain strategic leverage. Each one is methodically turning American weakness into their own strength. This kind of decay, it's not random. It's not a fluke.
History shows us it follows a very predictable three-stage pattern. It's like a blueprint for how great powers collapse.
First, you get isolation. Allies start to step back. Sound familiar? We're seeing that. Second is exposure, when all the internal problems become public embarrassments. Yep, we're seeing that too. And the final stage? Loss of control. That's when events on the ground start moving faster than any leader can possibly react. And the terrifying part is, all three stages are happening right now, at the same time.
So, where does that leave us? It seems like there are only three possible paths forward from here. Path 1, escalation, where the whole conflict spirals out of control. Path 2, containment, a quiet, humiliating retreat negotiated in secret. Or Path 3, fragmentation, where the entire global system of alliances just breaks apart and reforms without warning. Every single one of those paths represents a permanent, world-altering shift in power.
Which leads us to the final, chilling question. The one that nobody in a position of power wants to answer out loud. Are we just witnessing a controlled, strategic retreat? Or are we watching the beginning of a collapse that no one, not even the people in charge, can stop?